Shadow of War has a new story trailer. It's time to run some guns in GTA 5. A few game announcements, and Xbox unlocks the power. We'll get into it in the breakdown. What's going on, people? It's your boy DaRealMastalin coming at you with your daily dose. And as always, before we get started, I need y'all to do those few simple things. First one, I need you to use your ring of power. Dominate that like button. Subscribe here for more. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every single time I drop a video. Now let's break it down. In our first news story, Shadow of War has just dropped a new story trailer. And it looks fire. Like straight up flames. I'm already excited for this game. I play Shadow of Mordor every Monday, so on mixer.com/DaRealMastalin, so that I can get prepared for this game. They pushed it back recently to October 10th. It was supposed to come out August 22nd, but they pushed it back so they could make sure it was the best game possible. It's only like 6 weeks, so I'm not really upset by this. And the way it's looking is that it's closer to the Scorpio release date, which I'll get into a little later. But this story trailer looks so dope. Like, the story looks to be built upon more lore and a more interim story than the last one, with more intermingled things. Like, so it just looks dope. But I'll leave a link in the description so you can watch the full thing. I'm gonna play part of it here. I'm not trying to get over more strikes because, you know, YouTube be tripping. But I'm gonna play part of it here. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go watch the full thing. Like I said, it looks absolutely flame. So I already pre-ordered it. I know you ain't supposed to pre-order stuff, but I'm hyped. So I do what I want. It's my money. In our next news story, GTA 5 has a gun running update. And you know, GTA 5 online, they issue these updates every so often. They've done the bodyguard one, the one where you get a yacht, you can create a business. And now they're doing gun running, which is more or less what Trevor was doing in the storyline and selling drugs. But they do a gun running update, and that's scheduled to come out in a week, I think. It looks dope. I know, like GTA 5 online, people are still playing it. GTA 5 is always in the top 10 in sales because people still buy it. Like, people aren't even buying used copies. They're buying GTA 5 itself still to this date. That's the craziest part. Like, you would think that at this point in time, people would be buying used copies of GTA, but that's not happening. People are buying brand new copies of this game at a alarming rate for how long it's been out. But it's still a juggernaut. It's still going to continue to sell. It'll probably still sell when Red Dead 2 comes out next year. But GTA 5 gun running update comes out next week. In our next story, we got a couple stories. Like, these are more game announcements and stories. And the first one is that Super Meat Boy co-creator unveils a retro platformer named The End Is Nigh. And it's currently going to be on PC, on Steam on July 12th, and a Switch port is supposed to come later. And it looks, if you like Super Meat Boy, it looks along that vein. A lot of sprited, pixelated type things. Like, it looks in that vein to me. Has 600 stages and 20 plus mini games, bonus sections and secret endings and all that. It's a big quote unquote game, but it's one of those type where you just go through small puzzles and try to solve them while, you know, screaming at the screen because you keep dying. But it looks like, if you're into that type of thing, if you're into the Super Meat Boy type of genre, the Sniper Elite Studio announced a game called Strange Brigade. Rebellion is the studio's name. Strange Brigade is set in the 1930s, and it's an adventure shooter. I don't really know what that means, but basically it's Sniper Elite with zombies, more or less. Like, it's 4 versus the world or whatever, and you basically are just a zombie killing machine, and you have to survive. I don't know if like each individual person will have different sets of abilities or how it works, like if it's more like in the vein of Left 4 Dead or not. I don't know. But either way, I'll leave a link in the description for you to watch the full trailer. It looks like I dig Sniper Elite personally, I don't know how many of y'all played it, but it's an alright little game. It's on its 4th game, and it's basically sniping zombies, or Nazis. I'm sorry, not zombies. The new one's about sniping zombies, but it's basically sniping Nazis. Like, you get to kill Hitler 4 times. That's pretty much what Sniper Elite is. But the new game looks dope. I'll leave a link in the description, like I said, if you gotta watch the full trailer. And that's all the new game announcements I got. Now, move on to the final story of the day. And the final story of the day is Xbox Scorpio already unlocking more power. So they have already refined it so much that they are unlocking another gig of RAM for developers to use for games. So that's ridiculous. Like, it's not even out yet and they've already unlocked more power. But this news comes via Mikey Barr. You know, Mikey Barr is Xbox Quick on Twitter, and he basically gives out all the information because he created the thing, more or less, like him, other people, but he's the hardware guy over at Xbox, and he says, "We'll keep tuning Scorpio to empower creators to share the best versions of their games, unlock extra gigabyte of RAM for them, now 9 gigabytes of DDR5 to use." Now, they're going to keep refining this thing over and over throughout its lifetime. And this is all before it's even out. So as time goes on and as they more highly tune the system for the games that are coming out, it's going to get pretty interesting how much they can, give to gamers. Well, not gamers, to developers. But I don't know. The PS4 Pro has been out for 8 months now? Yeah, eight months now. I have yet to hear them talk about how much they are helping the development community with their game. Like, PS4 is selling at a fantastic rate, and I really hope that Sony doesn't rest on its laurels. Like, I want them to maintain their high level because that pushes Xbox to be better, that pushes Nintendo to be better, and all in all, that makes it better for us gamers, which is all I really care about. I have, vested interest in both Sony and Microsoft from a they make me money perspective. But I still want them both to be the best they possibly can so that competition can thrive, because competition breeds excellence, and stagnancy is what's going to ultimately lead down a path where we as gamers don't get the best we possibly can. I have a gaming PC. My gaming PC will destroy the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Scorpio, even with this unlocked gig of RAM together, combined. It will destroy them. However, I still play games everywhere. I don't have a direct connection or feel the need to worship a piece of plastic. So I play wherever I want, whatever I want, whenever I want, because I have the money to do so. If you don't, that's cool. Choose what you want to play on and play on it. Nobody is stopping you. That doesn't mean that you need to go scream at everybody else who isn't playing on your platform like it matters to them. Everybody's going to play where they play. They're going to play where their friends are. They're going to play the games they want. If you don't want to play them, okay. Alright, mini rant over. Switch back. Xbox also released a series of trailers called Feel the True Power, and they are titled Dilate, Gas, Power, and Vein. They all feature various, heart-pumping moments, quote unquote. But what's interesting is that supposedly within each individual trailer, there's hidden messages that lead to a couple things. First, they're taking a shot at Sony because there's 6 greater than 4, which alludes to 6 teraflops greater than approximately 4. That's on PS4 Pro. And a possible release date of 10, 13, 17, and a possible price of $3.99. Like, these are all hidden within each individual trailer, and I'll show up the images on screen so you can see for yourself. Now, if these are all true, well, the 6/4 thing, that is just a fact. But if it's October 13th, then Shadow of War being pushed back to October 10th makes perfect sense. Then Scorpio comes out, the 13th is a Friday, which is when consoles release, so it all looks like it's fitting. And $3.99, like $3.99 is Xbox's mic drop moment. Like, if they can pull this off and come out for $3.99, that would silence so many people, and this thing would sell like hotcakes. Because like I said, PS4 Pro, they're going to announce that it's going to be $350, especially with the announcement of the gold PS4 Slim and the price drop to $250 for like that week, they're going to announce that the price of the PS4 Pro is going to drop to $350, and they're going to continue to make sure that they have the cheapest product possible to go up against the Scorpio coming out this holiday season. But they're going to sell at $400 right until the holiday season come up. Then they're going to drop it to $350 for the holidays. Mark my words. So that's all the news I got for today. Let me know what y'all think of everything I covered today. Whether or not y'all excited for the new game announcements from the Super Meat Boy co-creator or from the Sniper Elite team. If you are going to get on that GTA 5 Gunrunner update. And if you watch that fire Shadow of War trailer. Because get on that. Like, Shadow of War is dope. And I love Shadow of Mordor. And Shadow of War looks like it's going to make everything Shadow of Mordor did that much amplified. And what do you think about the Xbox unlocking the power? Like, what y'all think this is going to help games? Well, it'll obviously help games. But even if they don't utilize it in the games, it'll help with like load times and texture maps and stuff like that. So either way, it'll be utilized, but I'm curious to see whether or not it'll do a brute force pattern where the hardware will just pull everything up, or whether developers will have to specifically design for it. Either way, it'll help make games better. But like I said, that's all I got. Follow your boy on Twitter at DaRealMastalin, Mixer.com/DaRealMastalin, where I stream every single day. As always, it's been your boy Mastalin, always giving you the real. I love y'all like some play cousins. I'm out.